Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, GM to all the speakers and also all the listeners. Welcome back to our amazing X Spaces. We supposed to have this X Spaces on 24th September, but unfortunately we couldn't. And now we are having the great spaces, virtual real estate, the next big thing in NFTs and gaming. So we have great speakers over here. Few of them are maybe will be joining shortly. We have Blinktron, we have Billy from NOWChain, and also Gaurav from Metacraft, and then also the mayor from Master Pop as well. So welcome each and every speaker, and let's start with Gaurav from Metacraft. Hey Gaurav, how is it going?
Hey, I'm doing great. What about you, Charan? And thanks for having me here. Thanks to all the speakers for joining up in the Metagraph space. Uh, I believe Token 2049 was crazy for each one of you who attended. Most of you might be already exhausted, but it's great to be back here. And let's talk more about virtual real estate, virtual reality, and Metagraph is building a simple experience platform, a platform which not only allows you to create games, but also 3D experiences like 3D digital twins of real estate, which can be used further in future, for maybe selling the real estate, giving client tours and stuff like that. So I believe Metagraph is positioned at a very great space in this industry. We are positioning ourselves in a very great way in the market. We are a gaming, we are an experience platform where people can build and share it to their clientele. So just I want to go ahead with this AMA. Hopefully, I will be able to learn a lot from a lot of these good speakers around me. Thanks again for having everyone here.
Awesome. Thanks, Gaurav. Yes, we will be learning a lot today, and also from various other speakers as well, and from you. And yeah, it's really great to hear that virtual real estate RWA is focused right now these days. So let's see, Billy, what, uh, how about yourself and also about NowChain?
Okay, hi everyone. It's Billy, and I'm BDM of NowChain. I'm in charge for the East Asia market of NowChain. And NowChain is a blockchain which owned by a company, and the company is called NowChain Corp, and which our headquarters is located at San Diego, Los Angeles. Uh, so basically, we are blockchains, and we are create some unique mechanisms. And first, we create the proof of mobility. Instead using the proof of work and proof of staking, this is which may cost a lot of the resources. So proof of mobility means you using the GSMs and GBRS of the mobile phones and to validate the transactions, and we do create mechanisms called double validations, which mean transactions will be validated twice. Uh, just sample like you have a double door lock for your house, and we are running testnets with more than 400K of daily active users and 21 million transactions recorded for 2 months of running testnets. And that's all about blockchains for this moment. Hope you guys, if you join our testnet as well.
Cool, Billy. It's really great to hear about now chains updates. Yes, now we have LinkedIn from Prawn AI. Please go ahead with your introduction and how's the past few days going on in Prawn AI?
Hello, everybody. First of all, we would like to thanks the Metacraft and especially the Charan for hosting such incredible AMA spaces. And yeah, for the past few days, due to the token 2049, it was really hectic, but it was very productive as well for the Fron AI. We attended multiple events and showcased our Frony mascot as well. So without further ado, I would like to basically a little bit introduction about myself, then definitely about the 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. So it's Blinktron here, I'm marketing head at 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, and we are basically the 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 is a layer 1 and layer 0 EVM chain with a proof of learning consensus mechanism, and we are revolutionizing the blockchain by integrating advanced AI into consensus and enabling users to create dynamic layer 1 chains. So on the development side, we are right now at the testnet phase, which is deployed and operational. Front scan and faucet has been deployed, and you can basically connect your wallet and claim the front tokens in our faucet. And regarding the wallet, bridge, and DEX, this is basically upcoming, which is going to be deployed very soon. And for the marketing sides, we are basically going to launch our airdrop through our play to earn game 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, which is a mobile tapping game, and we are going to launch our airdrop task through the game, which is also just around the corner, final phase of testings. So yeah, that's all about it, and definitely we are very excited for the session, and I hope we learn a lot in the session. Thank you.
Amazing, Blinktron. Thanks for the introduction and great updates. So we have Demir from Masterpop. Please introduce yourself and also a few words about Masterpop.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having the Master Pop here in this space. Delighted to have to be on this space today. And Master Pop is simply a GameFi, a game, a P2E game that features a match-3 concept where, just like the popular game Candy Crush that you have to, swipe to clear, match to clear rather. So Master Pop is just a game, that you can just fall back to relax. Uh, when you're just finding something to just, just play and just pass time, and you also get to earn by doing that. And Master Pop also, you know, is really focusing on the game, and we have new, some fresh UI that have been brought to the game, making the game look cooler and just more fun to play. And it's just very exciting. And we also have some events going on right now. You can check my profile. You see um the ongoing events. You guys should do well to hop on. And Master Pop is here listening with us. You can just click a follow and you get the latest updates. We are planning to launch our open beta next month, so you guys should just stay tuned. And we have great things for the community. And thank you for having us, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Great, Damir, for sharing all the views and like for Masterpop updates. So let's begin our spaces today. Virtual real estate, the next big thing in NFTs and gaming. So before I start, the question is: so all the speakers, if you would like to answer, just simply raise your hand, or you can go ahead with the answering. So before I begin, first question, I would like to say a few words. Like a lot of people might not think that there will be a day that you can buy a virtual real estate on the blockchain, and also fraction of asset you can also buy these days, right? But exactly a few years ago, maybe very less people have this kind of idea or know about this is going to happen. So let's see what all the speakers has views on today's topic with questions. So my first question goes to everyone. So you can simply raise your hand. So what exactly is virtual real estate, and why it is becoming a hot topic in both the NFT and also gaming communities? Who is going to take this? Yes, Gaurav.
So, virtual real estates mostly are related to open world games or maybe digital twins, either one of those both cases. So, it's more like associating these digital twins, based gaming and other assets to a specific reality, real world asset. And these real world assets can be further fractionalized with the digital twin. So it might be related to. So I'm going to give a very simple example. Let's say if there is a special club out there where entries are restricted only to certain NFT holders of a real virtual real estate. So let's say I start my own club, a real world club, and I associate it with a virtual real estate. So all the room owners of the virtual real estate can actually have entry passes for those club events and into the club. So this is a very classic and simple example of how virtual real estate is paving a big way. It can be used to finance new startups. It can be even used in gaming. So let's say in gaming there are concepts of guilds, concept of clans out there. So let's say a specific gaming guild which is closed entry, and you can only enter the guild once you have a specific piece of the real of virtual real estate in the form of an NFT mostly. Most cases it's an NFT because NFTs are unique. They can be again soul bound or non soul bound and transferable, which can be sold. The virtual real estate can be sold. So once I want to exit the guild, I can sell it to someone else who might be interested in joining the same gaming guild. So there are a number of examples out here which can basically define how virtual real estate is basically transforming the way it is working as a gateway, it is working as a thing for identification of players, club members, or stuff like that. So that's why it's becoming more and more unique tool out there for engaging your community, and that's the sole reason I believe that's a next big thing. It creates a more engaging way to associate with your community members out there. But yeah, open for other opinions.
Cool, Gaurav. Yes, it's a really great one, great initiative that had started few years ago about this virtual real estate. Yes, I have came across few games. There is a virtual real estate happening, and also a few other projects as well they're conducting. So yes, all right, and we have Damir. Please go ahead with your answer.
Yeah, most of it, Gara said it, but I was just trying to explain, what this virtual real estate means. It's just, just it's just it's just like buying a space in the virtual world, and this is a platform, where users can just buy and sell, grow and invest and just interact with these spaces in the virtual world or in the metaverse. And these are represented in, you know, um, these are represented in NFTs or mostly NFTs, yeah. And this virtual real estate, it wasn't long ago. I just learnt of it, and it sounds very intriguing to me. And I've been digging deep into it, and I just feel like uh, the reason why it is a hot topic, in this maybe a hot topic in the GameFi space is just because of the economic opportunities, because if you hold an estate, for example, now if just like in real life, if you buy and just keep a real estate, it's going to appreciate in value, and that is the same way it's going to work in this place, just like even as we see in some NFTs, and that is exactly how it is going. So it's going to appreciate in value, and investors are going to speculate on the high demand plots, and just think of the next property to buy and stuff, just like the way it happens in real life. And it's going to be also a new kind of gaming ecosystem, a more social gaming ecosystem, because uh, actually I've always loved the metaverse, because it's just like another world entirely. You can meet different people, and it just makes the game more customizable and more immersive. So that's what I feel about virtual real estate.
Great, Damir. Thank you for sharing your views on this. Billy, so you would like to take on this, right?
Yeah, I would definitely 100% agree with Damir and Yorav. The virtual real estate is basically digital land that exists in virtual worlds and metaverse. So, we would think of it's like only a piece of land in the video games or online universe. Uh, the difference is that with the NFT, you truly own this land. Meaning it's unique and no one else can claim it. Uh, and it's become a hard topic, because the real world property, this virtual land can be developed, rent out, or sold, as more people spend the times in virtual space, whether for gaming, socializing, or even working. So owning digital land is starting to feel just as important as owning property in the real world.
Cool. Thanks, Billy, for sharing your views. Yeah, Blinktron, please go ahead with your answer.
Of course. So regarding that, virtual real estate, basically they are the raffles, are the parcels, and they are basically sold as land on the NFT on a different platforms. And why they are basically a very hot in topic is because there are multiple things we can do if we own the land. We can basically host the events, we can basically sell it because if they appreciate with the value, and we can also basically give them as a rent. And regarding the question, I have multiple examples in my mind. There's a platforms like the Decentraland, which is basically the mana token platform, and the other one is the Sandbox, which gives you this ability to buy the lands and then host the events on it. And basically not only that, you can also rent the spaces on that, and you can build your own land on that perspective on your own platforms as well. So I feel like that there is a huge opportunity there, not only just to build it, but it also going to help us a lot in terms of for example, in a revenue based, we can also sell the lands and make money, and basically other monetizations aspects there. So yeah, they are really booming. And there are also other platforms, Somnium space, which is also the VR based, is also offering the lands to buy and build your immersive VR experience on them. So yeah, there's a huge potential on these platforms, and the future is bright there. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for sharing all the all the views of the virtual real estate one. Yes, I have also came across Decentraland, where they were connecting various games or maybe some concerts or some kind of live events happening inside the Decentraland. Yeah, it was really good, and also a few other gaming projects are also involved, and they're also doing great. So let's also discuss about that in next upcoming questions. So my question to all the speakers once again: so how do NFTs enable ownership of virtual land, and what makes these digital assets valuable in gaming worlds? Yes, Billy. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, so we both know that NFT are unique digital assets that present for ownerships or a particular item or a piece of content, and in this case, the virtual lands. So let's take an example like in traditional gaming, you own something in the games like a house or a plot of land, but it's usually tied with the game's database, and you don't have actual ownerships outside that environment. So now with the NFT, so the ownership is decentralized and it sits on the blockchains. Meaning you truly own the digital assets, not the game developer anymore. And this gives you a full control. You can sell, trade, or use assets across different platforms, and depending on the interoperability of the metaverse. So what makes virtual lands valuable in gaming world is a combination of factors. Uh, Scarcity is just a big one. So they just like in the real world, there are only so much land available in any given metaverse, and the more popular and the virtual world becomes, the more valuable a piece of land gets. Another risk factor is location. So certain parcels of lands are more desirable due to proximity to high traffic areas as well. Those virtual landmarks and there's utilities. What can you do with the land? And in some given words, you can build interactive experience, host events, and implement your own virtual businesses. And uh, entities-based virtual land can also carry potential for monetizations. For example, like you're a landowner and can rent out the plot and charge for access to experiences they have built, or even sales advertising space if their land gets a lot of visitors. And all of this creates, a unique digital economy, and where ownership of virtual land just isn't bragging rights, but can be a valuable asset with real financial potential. That's our opinion.
Cool, Billy. Thanks for sharing. Yes, all the points you said is true, absolutely. And I also had virtual LAN. I was also getting access to the gaming, and I can also customize the same LAN or maybe build something inside, and I can also put some advertise or rent out to other people as well. So it happened with me in my personal experience that I want to share. So and also yes, Gaurav, please go ahead and share your views on that.
So Billy pretty much covered most of the things, right? But the only thing I had to say and add was these NFTs, which signify ownership, can't only signify ownership, but they can also generate passive income. So let's say I am the one who minted out of those 100 lands, I'm the one who minted one of it, right, or two of it. Now I resell it with appreciation in the value. I do make profits, but again, for every resale, I might put up a commission, let's say 2%, 5% on every resale of the land. So that's one of the use cases out there for these NFTs to signify ownership. Apart from signifying ownership and just making profit, they can also serve as blue chips in your portfolios, or maybe access paths. I told you maybe for specifically for a real world asset. Or you can really, if the virtual real estate is linked to a real world asset RWA, then maybe you can really own a piece of that land. So let's say there is 100 hectares of farming land, and you have one of those, NFTs to signify ownership. You are entitled to the produce that happens in the 1 hectare of the land. So and the profits from that produce, right? Profits from that farm produce. So I believe the ownership doesn't only remains limited to the digital world, but it can be extended into the real world, and a lot of other options of making monetary benefits or creating real world commercialization pops up in. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome, Gaurav. Yes, great to hear that. Yes, Blinktron, go ahead, please.
Yes, regarding the questions of the NFT as enable ownership of virtual land, I feel like that basically the NFTs provide the proof of ownership for the virtual land by using the blockchain technology. And I feel that the value of these basically assets is driven by the factors like rarity and trade, and basically not only that is a potential for development of the land and in-game utility. So this ownership is basically transparent and should be transferable and secure. Example to that is the sandbox. That's where the each plot of the land is basically sold as an NFT that players can develop into their own virtual experience, and they can also host the events and rent that place. So this will basically increase utility and value over time. And I will also highlight one point in terms of gaming assets of the NFT, where you guys might know about the Axie Infinity. where basically there's multiple ways where you can basically own these axes, and every axis has your own performance value within that game, which makes it more valuable. You can basically also trade them in the marketplace of the Axie Infinity as well, or also use it for your game progress. So I feel like that NFT is not only basically giving you the ownership, the security, but also giving the in-game value, which is basically leads to the real world, I would say, value as well. Once you basically sell those lands, or basically you can progress and gains the XE tokens, so you can also gain the real world value as well once you sell those assets. Thank you.
Awesome, Blinktron. Thank you for sharing. Yes, I was also holding one of the NFT. It's similar to Axie Infinity, which is called Krabada on Avalanche. So it was also having various royalties for that particular digital asset for that game. So cool. Yeah, we have them here. Please share your views.
Yeah, I was just like to throw more light on what Blinktron said about, uh, the interoperability of the NFTs. And he gave an example, a very good example, like in Sandbox, and also it also happens like that in Decentraland, and these blockchain NFTs, can be held in the same wallet alongside, other NFTs from other games, maybe from Decentraland or any like different other games. You are free to trade these assets in the open marketplaces, and this increases the liquidity and the general value of the NFT, and the NFT translates to the virtual real estate. So that's, yeah, it's a way, that is a very good way to increase the value of each real estate. And yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing them here. So let's move on to next question. Uh, what are the popular virtual worlds or metaverse platforms where virtual real estate is booming? So if you can share a few examples, it would be great. So who is going to take this? Yes, Gara.
Yep. So one of the classic example was Decentraland. Everyone knows, about Decentraland. There was Voxel, there was Sandbox, a number of worlds game like this, where basically you can have a virtual land. But I believe a classic example, which a lot of people might not know of, is I am View. It is pretty old game. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with it. But there also you can create your own rooms, virtual rooms, host events inside it, and really it had a huge traffic. It had thousands of members, daily active users coming up, and now IMView has recently shifted to blockchain. And it has a huge user base compared to Decentraland or Sandbox. Like they can easily shy away when they are compared to the IMView user base. But another use case I also remember was one of the industrial examples which I read was a digital twin which was called Real Hotel. Real Hotel, yeah, I guess, yeah, that was the name. So it was about where they created a digital twin of their hotel or virtual real estate totally in an open world, and they allowed their new staff, all the new hotel staff to come up and train there. So I believe there are a lot of industrial use cases, a lot of gaming use cases, and community-based use cases out there. And these were one of the few successful examples. IMView, Real World, Real Hotel, Decentraland, Sandbox. So yeah, but yeah, there can be more, right?
Cool, Gara. Yes, Billy. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, you guys know that alongside with Decentraland, where we have the Sandbox and some big brands like Adidas and also Snoop Dogg has purchased land in the Sandbox to develop the exclusive content themselves, and which has driven the almost demands for nearby, spatial lands. So we are seeing the potential not to only own a piece of virtual world, but also collaborate with well-known names to create immersive experience. And another project that we have the crypto vaults where on Ethereum. It's like where users can purchase and develop virtual land just the same like sandbox, but